Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We are so excited today with my sister Chandra Sangat. She also has her own YouTube channel, so she's going to pop up some emojis. So you guys make sure to follow her as well, but do it from your phone.
Oh, right.
And And hey Kim, we're so excited to talk today about the astrology of Britney Spears. We've been thinking about doing something like this for a really long time, doing astrology shows with going over with human design, which Chandra Sangat is the expert at, and with me doing the astrology of famous people and also people that have been important historical figures on the earth. So today is the very first show. We're going to start with a bang, and we're really excited to talk about Britney Spears because we pretty much grew up with Britney Spears. Like, I was obsessed with her when her first album came out. I think I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
Yeah, no, I was a freshman. I think it was 1999, and I graduated St. Charles in 1998. So yeah. I was a freshman in high school when her first album came out, and I was obsessed with her. Of course, you know, her music has changed. It's still cool. It's still cool AF. But she has definitely gone. She's one of the artists that probably one of the most famous artists that has gone through such wild changes in her career. And we would love to look at her chart and like see how it all aligns with everything that she's dealing with. So before we get started,
that's right,
I did want to say hi to everybody in the chat.
She's a 5-1.
We've got Traylene, hello, welcome in. Nelvin, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Dawn, how's it going? Gerline, hello. Jennifer, Kim, Valerie, Taria. Yes, this is the peak elder millennial nostalgia. Exactly right. Exactly. So thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us in the chat. I'm shocked why Britney is on my timeline. I know. We're like secret Britney Spears like fans.
Yeah.
Fanatics. No, I was seriously obsessed with her when I was little.
Not secret though.
It's not secret anymore. Hello, Deb. Welcome in. So before we actually get started, I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys, especially those of you that are new and watching this video. If you want to get involved in this community, I have a MeWe group that is my social media. There's links to everything in the description of the video, but you can join our MeWe group called Channel for Grace Starseed Soul Tribe. You can follow me on MeWe. My MeWe page is at Channel for Grace. Of course, subscribe here to the channel. And make sure to download my free moon astrology guide, which tells you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. And then that will get you into my email list. And I send out a weekly moon magic report. I also do starseed readings. So if you want to know what your starseed origins, starseed ancestry is, and where you come from in the stars and what your star family is, this is a great way to do this. I do these readings remotely online. You can purchase them and then I send the reading to you once it's done. But I do all kinds of astrology readings, and I'm also getting ready to begin to do beyond quantum healing sessions for those of you that are ready to do some past life regression, to go back into those moments, those past lives that can give you information about understanding this lifetime. I mean, it's like next level kind of healing, next level kind of therapy. I've also written a book if you're interested in checking it out. I'm selling it on my Etsy shop, which is Eagle Star Jewels on Etsy. But the book is called Stargates, and it's an astrological calendar of intergalactic portals, which tells you every single portal that opens up when the sun and the moon transit over a planet or a specific asteroid in the sky, the astrological transits, and what activates that energy and how we can tap into that energy and work with that energy. So if you haven't checked that out and you have already gotten a starseed reading from me, I highly recommend it, because this book is the tool to help you understand your starseed markings a little bit better. And I also have online courses, astrology courses if you want to learn. It's a level 1 course. We've got 5 modules available right now, starting from the basics of astrology and moving through all of the individual planets. So all of that is really amazing. You can follow me also on Telegram. And yeah, just check everything out in the description and go to my website and check that out if you're interested and if you so feel called. But thank you again for being here, you guys. And I would like Chandra to introduce herself to you and tell you a little bit about an awesome event that's coming up for the new moon in Taurus.
What's going on? So I am Chandra Sangat, your modern medicine woman, and you can also find my website is chandrasangat.us. This wonderful program that we're starting on May 11th, which is the new moon in Taurus, is called the Celebration of Motherhood Circle, and it's going to be a beautiful opportunity for all of us women to come together and hold space for each other and share and really create a beautiful atmosphere so we can help each other grow, help each other heal, and really just form a beautiful community together. We're going to be doing candle making, and we're going to be doing potion making. We're going to have Jai guide us through some meditating, and also...
It's actually astral traveling.
Yes, astral traveling.
and talking about the Sisterhood of the Rose and Goddess Isis and the mystery schools of Isis. So Yes.
And the one thing that I wanted to share that I'm really excited about is I have an epic deal that was going through Saturday, but I'm going to extend it so we can get more people in through Mother's Day here in the US, which is this coming Sunday, okay? And this epic deal is a reduced price. You also get a full set of my Goddess Isis potions, which you can also find on my Etsy site. And you, included with the course, you get a quantum alignment parenting human design reading. And I do human design readings. You can find links in my website if you need or want to get a human design reading from me. So that is what I've got going on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing. Yes, please spray it. So we are also, you guys, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into some of the other things we've been getting into. I just recently signed up for doTERRA. Is anybody in the chat like a doTERRA person? Valerie says, I can't wait. So we're looking for like really high quality oils because we Chandra's making her own blends, and we're thinking about all of these epic ideas. Like, I'm not going to share those with you yet, but we just signed up for doTERRA, and so we're going to start doing a monthly class, a free class for anyone that wants to learn how to make like special oil blends and how to work with oils and how to use them to help you with your health, with any kind of issues. So I'm really, 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 really excited about that. All of that we'll be planning, and we're going to come out with it very, very soon. So make sure to connect. The best way to connect and stay connected through the community is on my email list and also on MeWe, the MeWe group and the MeWe page. So yes, get out, Kim. You do? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Hello, Belinda. Welcome in. So let's freaking hop.
Oh, Belinda does doTERRA too.
Very nice. God. That's awesome. Yes. So yeah, we're very excited about that. I'm excited to start bringing more of that into the mix. Make my own True North blends. Oh, I love that. Yes. Oils are the best. Oils are the best.
There you go.
Yes. So let's start talking about today's topic and why we chose it. So why did we choose to do Britney Spears?
Well, I mean, I was following my strategy, so it just felt good.
It just felt good. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. But what we're going to do...
We've been talking about doing this show, talking about, celebrities and historical figures and famous people that we find interesting, intriguing, and also fun to talk about for a long time. Like for a few months. And now we just finally had the opportunity. Everything came together in a really beautiful way. And when we started thinking about who can we talk about first, Britney came up, and it was just like an immediate, yeah. So, of course.
Plus, she's actually been on the news a lot lately.
That's right.
And so it's very relevant. And there's a whole movement, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, that is about freeing her because she's basically stuck in this conservatorship. She's been stuck in it for like 13 years or something like that, which is kind of crazy for someone her age. Usually conservatorships are made for elderly people who like can't function. And so they need all of everything kind of, someone needs to handle everything, finances, everything for them. But she's been in this conservatorship, and this last year it has come up because I think she's had a few court hearings about it with and also the documentary came out which talks about basically her whole life and how she kind of ended up being where she's at. The thing that's really interesting is that when Britney Spears first became famous, she just like hit the ground running and kind of just like exploded. I don't know if you remember that. It was like she came out with the album and Baby One More Time, and then it just blew up.
That was it.
And those were the
that
days
one music
of
video
the
with the schoolgirl.
Yeah, the music video. Yeah, that was that was the day. The days of what are the name of those TRL? Was it TRL or before that? There was like a
TLC
music video. No, a channel. What was the name of that channel? Was it MTV? Maybe it wasn't.
There was a bunch of music videos on MTV.
No, there was a channel called, it was MTV, and so they would just play music videos like all day long. And I just remember when she came out with that song, it was like it just blew up, and she became like worldwide famous, like really, really fast. And since then, I don't think people expected anyone to be that famous and that freaking popular to that extent, because their fans were crazy. And then it was TRL, MTV, yeah, the VH1. Yeah, there you go. And so what happened was that there were no laws protecting celebrities from paparazzi. And so because of that, before Britney Spears, paparazzi were crazy, but they weren't as crazy as they were when Britney Spears was alive and like in the height of her career. Even still now, I bet they're still like that. Yeah.
With her? Oh, yeah.
Except, so that's part of the story. It was like she was just, it was crazy. It was crazyville every day, wherever she would go. She couldn't do anything because she was like swarmed. They were like ants. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. There were like ants around her. In the documentary, you see all of the paparazzi and different videos of like moments where she was just getting, like, she couldn't, they wouldn't let her drive or move her car.
Yeah, she couldn't move.
I mean, it was crazy. She just couldn't live life. So after Britney Spears, basically she was the one that catapulted the need for there to be a law to protect celebrities against the paparazzi, because they were like up in her face, and now they're like not allowed to be so close to people or to like interfere with the person's personal life.
Yeah, with their
like
life.
yeah,
Like going to the bathroom.
Exactly, like cameras flashing as she's
Yeah.
like, what? Yeah, stuff like that. So it's crazy. So like there's a lot of history there, and she did make like I feel like she came to like revolutionize the industry.
That's right.
She did that. So
That's the 5-1, to break things down in order to build them back up.
oh my God, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just kind of talk. What does Kim say? 5-1s are the most projected on of the lines. Yes, they have the saint line or burnt at the stake. Also paranoia and mental breakdowns if they universalize their message.
Amy Winehouse is also a 5-1. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Don't universalize. So that's crazy. So we're going to look at her astrology chart. We're going to look at her human design chart. Hello, Willie. And then we're going to talk, I want to look at her progress chart, because when I was looking at it, you will not believe the kind of insight that you get into her life, especially when she had her kids, what was going on, when she lost custody of the kids. This last year, the progression that's going on in her chart is insane.
Oh, with all the Pluto Capricorn and
yes,
or I mean Pluto Saturn and Capricorn.
Yes, and we're gonna look at her nodes and all that stuff. So should we show the astrology chart first or the human design first?
Let's do the astrology, and I can talk
Okay.
about the human design as we go along.
Okay.
Actually, I can probably talk about. No, yeah, let's do the astrology, because I can.
Okay.
What I can do is mention some of the things that pop up, because it all just goes
Yeah, we'll
together
start basic.
so beautifully. So let's get in here. Bam. There we go.
All right. So I'm going to share the screen with you guys. I know you can probably see the chart already, but I need to reset it and open up the program. So give me 1 second. Is anybody else a fan of Britney Spears or has been in the past? I remember like when I left LA, that thing kind of like slowed down for me.
Well, yeah. I
You
mean,
can move it over
we
to the side a little
moved
bit.
We moved to. Oh God. What? Sorry, guys. And there. You want to do that?
Right there is good. Yeah,
Okay.
just so can you guys see the charts? Oh, if they don't universalize. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can see the chart. So this is Britney Spears' chart. She was born on December 2nd, 1981 at 1:30 a.m. in Macomb, Mississippi, but she was raised in Louisiana, like a small
right.
town in Louisiana, which is crazy because it's like they were like country, right? You can put it all the way on the other side.
Yeah, I'll just leave it right there. That's good for me.
So it was like they were like she was raised in the country and she had the accent and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So it's like it's super sweet. But she actually was, since very, very little, she was already in the limelight. She was in she got into the Disney,
That's right.
what is it called? What did they call that?
The Mickey Mouse Club
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse Club
with
and
Justin Timberlake,
Christina
and-
Aguilera,
that's
Jessica
right.
Simpson. I mean, all of those kids literally like made it pretty big. Isn't that crazy? And they were all friends, and they were all, they all worked together in the Mickey Mouse Club. So, but here's her chart, and I'm just going to go basic stuff to get a basic understanding of her personality. So, Britney Spears, she has a lot of Sagittarius in her chart, like a lot right here. And the main thing is that she is a Sagittarius sun, And she also has Mercury in Sagittarius. She has, this is Black Moon Lilith, this is Neptune, this is Juno, this is Vesta, and this is Uranus. That's a lot of like, Sagittarius energy is very free. Like it needs to be free. That's one thing that you need to understand, and why this whole Free Britney movement is so important, because the freedom, she can't live without freedom.
Right.
So it's crazy that it's like Free Britney, because all of this, first of all that Sagittarius is like just showing up. It's like in your face. Sun in Sagittarius is like a free spirit, needs to explore, needs to, be out there in the world. Mercury in Sagittarius is she's very truthful. Like she just speaks the truth. Black Moon Lilith in Sagittarius is she's very independent. She's very outgoing in a sense, and she kind of does things her way. She does like that. She's super intuitive. Honestly, like her all, like basically if I went into starseed markings, her sun is on Antares. Her Neptune is on the galactic center. I mean, like straight up. And all of these are basically on Ophiuchus, on the 13th sign.
Wow.
So that's a big deal. They can't see that though, so I gotta be able to see what they see. Can you move it out of the way a little bit? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Then I can make sure you guys can see this.
Okay.
So just there. It's like up above. There we go. So Neptune on the galactic center, and Antares on her sun on Antares, which is the heart of the Scorpion. So it's like deep, soulful truth, raw truth that comes through her raw wisdom, connection to Archangel Uriel, who is the Archangel of Wisdom, and it just comes through. So a lot comes through her, and she's totally tapped in. Like she came here there's a very powerful mission that she came here to do. That's the first thing that we understand from her Sagittarius placements. She also has her moon in Aquarius. She is a Libra rising. Her midheaven is in Cancer. Her north node is in Cancer in the 10th house of career and life path. Her south node is in Capricorn in the 4th house of the home, conjunct Venus, which is an interesting karmic thing. It's karmic relationships that she needs to learn how to process and move through. So these are karmic things in her life. Her healing journey, Chiron and Taurus, she's learning her own sense of self-esteem. She's learning how to ground herself. She's learning how to also understand herself at a deeper level. Chiron in the 8th house of Scorpio. Her journey is about knowing, being okay with making money, being abundant, like bringing money in to her life, and she's healing her relationship to money. That's crazy. That's also very, very significant, like literally healing her relationship to money.
This is insane because of what we're talking about, the whole conservatorship.
I know.
Because Chiron in Taurus, it's like the wound that never heals, and in Taurus, it's like the safety and security feels like it's never there.
Right. It's
always getting pulled out from under you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Bam.
Yeah. Wow. So that's significant. The other thing that's really significant is that her nodes, right? So her north node in Cancer means that she's here to move away from doing too much with career.
Yeah, the outward success part of it is less in her true north, I guess I would say, than the nurturing and the inward success. She's here to experience inward success because in past lives, she's been extremely outwardly successful. The other thing with South Node in Capricorn is more than likely those people were the ones who made the rules. So in this life with the South Node in Capricorn, they can't get away with doing anything wrong. Like any rule that would break, they get in trouble for. And
what she's supposed to focus on is her heart. She's supposed to like be in her heart space, like trust her emotions, like trust her intuition. Cancer is ruled by the moon, which means it's also a fluctuating area for her. It's a very fluctuating energy, but at the same time, it's like she really is here to nurture and to show up as a nurturer in the world, because in the limelight of the 10th house is that's how she shows up. She's actually, you can feel it in her. She's a very nurturing person. You can just sense that sweetness about her. And that's what she's here to do. The other thing that's really, really significant, and we're talking about karma and karmic patterns, her south node in Capricorn. Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Her south node in Capricorn in the 4th house of the home, her Venus in Capricorn in the 4th house of the home. This is a big theme for her in her life. Capricorn itself is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn represents the father. And we know from the documentary and from her story and what's going on that her father is a key figure into everything that's happening right now. He's in charge of the conservatorship, and she's expressed a couple of times that she does not want her father to be in charge. And the funny thing about this, South Node in Capricorn in the 4th house, is that represents her father. This is totally karmic. This is something that she really chose. Her soul chose to experience this in this lifetime. And then when it comes to relationships, right? Venus is all about relationships and what you truly desire. It's like she desires relationships and she desires harmony in the home, but it ends up being really, really karmic. It ends up like activating these things that she is dealing with right now in her life. And until she resolves it, it's not going to go away, because that is how it works. The other thing too is that her 5th house, her moon in Aquarius, is in the 5th house. And this is the house of children. This is also the house of creativity. So you can tell like she's very creative. And her creativity fluctuates a lot. You can see this in her music. Like she starts off as this like kind of like a child star, like cute little boppy tunes. And then towards the end, she's like dancing with the snake on the stage. The snake, dude, Ophiuchus. Her Ophiuchus markings, the snake bearer.
She's got them all over her.
The snake
chart.
bearer. Whoa. That's crazy. That is crazy. I didn't even realize that, but that is wild. So she's got this intensity about her that she, in later on, she started to really bring out in her life. But that's what fluctuates the most is her relationship with her children, and her creativity, and romantic relationships as well. And relationships for her are here to teach her something. She's learning something from all of the relations, especially the relationships at home with her family. Isn't it wild how you can get all that information
that's
from there?
Truly incredible. Let me talk a little bit about the human design, because
Yes.
it is amazing. Amazing. Okay, here we go. So she is a pure manifesting generator, a 5-1, left angle cross incarnation of identification. So right off the bat, what I see with the left angle is what you were just talking about, the relationship. So left angle incarnations are ones where people come here, and in order to get to where they need to go, and in order to gain clarity about where they're supposed to be with regards to their destiny, they need other people. Other people teach them, and by making and breaking relationships with other people, they gain clarity about their destiny, which is amazing, because this is exactly on her south node. So it's totally exactly teaching her about how to get to the north node. It's reminding her of the things that she has brought to this life from the past and teaching her how to get to that North Node. The other thing is, I mean, definitely what I see in the astrology chart is that with Venus conjunct the South Node, the whole career thing felt so natural to her. Because all of the relationships were also in a way at that point and before her Saturn return, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the career time, definitely taking her in the wrong direction, really, when you're looking at the astrology. So I also want to talk about the 5-1 profile, which I know Kim is like all about because you're also a 5-1. And basically this is the fifth line is the one that carries the theme of projection. The profile is this type of person is inherently seductive and they naturally attract projection from others. So like Kim was saying, they get projected on. They have considerable problem-solving skills and they're capable of approaching situations with an innovative perspective. And so a main projection is that they can offer practical solutions in times of need. This is interesting. It's like everyone wants Britney to do something for them. Everyone's trying to project something onto her and want her to solve their problems. Now, with the moon in Aquarius, the moon is on a third line, which is a line of prosperity, which means with the Aquarius, part of it is her ability to see into the future, and this being her passion is actually one of the things that will make her prosperous in the long run. So this is actually very harmonious with her 5-1 profile because people do want to know what Britney has to say about the future. She's a seer. She's a seer. And psychic AF, we know with all the Sagittarius, but especially with the moon in Aquarius. And it's really interesting because moon in Aquarius people can be somewhere between, and something else that I want to say with the undefined solar plexus, these people can be either overly emotional or frozen cold emotionally. And this is definitely something that we have seen in the when she's in the limelight. She's also observed, so she is an influencer, and we have seen in the limelight that sometimes it looks like she's going too far. Well, what's happening is that when she's under pressure, she's always under pressure because she has an undefined root. She's always feeling like she's under pressure to finish things or to do things. When she's feeling stressed and she's feeling everyone else's emotions and expanding them and amplifying them, when she's been on either extreme of too emotional or too cold, she's actually acting out of her not self, which means that what she's doing is identifying with emotions that are not actually hers. They're of the people around her. It's the projections that, because everyone's right there projecting onto her, and she's just amplifying the emotions, and she can't help it because she feels all of it, and then she's just acting the way others are wish they were or are not. They're feeling those emotions, and she can't help but express them. So that's really amazing. And it's really interesting that we have this situation with the conservatorship because it came about from some of those episodes where she probably was acting out of her not self and really not following her strategy, because if she was following her strategy, she would be feeling a lot of satisfaction and wouldn't be having the need.
Holy crap, she has a song.
Satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction.
But that's an old song, but still, that's crazy that
But she actually sang that
sang
song
it.
too. Why?
Dude.
Because she was in her south node. There's
Uh-huh.
no way to get satisfaction in the south node. I have the same nodes in flipped places. So my north node in Cancer is in my fourth house, and my south node in Capricorn is in my 10th. So I understand what it feels like to have south node in Capricorn, north node in Cancer, and having been felt like I was stuck in a career out of necessity. But the Chiron in Taurus makes it really challenging to have a south node in Capricorn, because when you have a south node in Capricorn, you know intuitively, intimately, at the core of your being, how you can be the most successful person in the world, and you know exactly what steps to take. But the problem is it's in the wrong direction. But the Chiron and Taurus is saying, worry about money, worry about money, worry about money, because you never know when it's coming. So it keeps you wanting to do the career thing instead of have the faith to do the internal sort of success path.
The other thing about North Node in Cancer, it is about mothering.
Yes.
It is about being a mother.
Yes.
And she really wanted to be a mother.
Yes.
Like, even very young, she knew that she wanted to have kids. She knew that she wanted to be a young mother. I mean, there's like articles about this. And she became a mother in 2005. And I think she was only 20.
She was 20 something, yeah. She was really young. I mean,
Yeah,
in
23.
the grand
She was
scheme of
23.
things.
That's really young.
But she knew. It's interesting.
North Node
Node Cancer. It's a
Yeah.
very innate, intuitive feeling.
Yeah, she isn't allowed to universalize reverse, hence the trap in conservatorship. Yeah.
So the thing that I see also is the way it came about was her trying on different identities. When you see this undefined G center with the undefined solar plexus, with the undefined root, there's pressure. She's feeling all the emotions around her, and she's looking, always searching for love, always searching for direction, always trying to figure out, where should I go? Where's the place that I need to go to get love and to find the direction? Like, who am I supposed to be? But the beauty of people with an undefined G center is that they are the chameleons. They are allowed and should try on all of the identities, no matter how extreme they may be. So what was happening was she was really stressed out and just doing the thing that she's supposed to be doing, but from the outside it looks really irrational. But that's totally normal, because the other thing is she has this channel of curiosity where she's here to experiment and learn and explore. So she was actually being exactly who she needed to be. And it doesn't matter, because she has the North Node in Cancer and an extremely defined spleen. Actually, she would never put her kids in danger.
And that's crazy, because there was an incident where she was, when her first son was a few months old, she was spotted driving with him on her lap, and she didn't have a baby car seat, and it drew heavy criticism. And what she said about it was, I can't go anywhere without someone judging me. I did it with my dad. I'd sit on his lap when he drove. We're country. That was her response.
And here's the thing. She has an extremely defined spleen. If there was danger, she wouldn't have done it, because she knows when there's danger and when there's not, which is why it's extra gnarly when she said, I'm afraid of my father, so please don't have him be my conservator, because she knows when there's danger. Like, people with an undefined solar plexus, and especially an aqua moon, when they say something is wrong, you have to listen to them, because they never say shit. Undefined solar plexus will never stand up for themselves, except if, especially with the super defined solar spleen, when it's something seriously bad, like it was way bad enough for her to actually cause a confrontation.
That's what she told her lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Like she said, my client has informed me that she's afraid of her father, and what's been happening lately is that basically she is refusing to work or do anything related to career. Her career is literally on hold until this is resolved. She's like refusing to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until this is resolved. So let's go back. Do you want to talk about some of the progressed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at her progressed chart, and there's some really interesting things going on here. You can just switch it over. Yeah. So we're back to her chart. I'm gonna add her progressed chart.
Oh.
Secondary progressions. Let's do it for today. So this is the progress chart for today. And I'm not going to write on it. I'm just going to kind of show it to you and then kind of go back and forth timeline-wise on the program. So basically, the inner circle is her birth chart. The outer circle are the progressions. Right now, her moon has recently, I'll tell you exactly when, in this March, her moon entered Leo. So first of all, she just had a full moon phase.
Whoa.
In her chart.
Okay.
Yeah, she just had a full moon phase. Her moon just entered Leo, which means now it's waning. It went full and now it's waning. So this is a time in her life where she actually gets to relax. Whatever was the culmination of whatever started, 18 years ago, 17 and a half, 18 years ago. Wait, what's half of 28?
Half of 28?
Yeah.
14.
Okay, 14 years ago. Whatever started 14 years ago has reached its climax point, and now it's relaxing. The energy's relaxing. So we have seen her.
I think it's the paparazzi, basically.
So I want to go back. So basically, I want to go back to that when that new moon phase started and talk about what was going on in her life during that time. So I'm going to go back in years, and I'm going to follow the progressed moon until it meets up with the sun. And I want to show you something that is just wild. Okay, she had a new moon in Capricorn in her progressed chart in the 4th house. Okay, her new moon phase, progressed moon phase, was in her 4th house of the home. It started a whole new beginning. This happened in 2006. That is right after she had her first son, and the year I think she had her second son.
Wow.
Yeah, so 2005, 2006, there was a balsamic moon, which means she was releasing and letting go. So there was a period of time where there was 2 or 3 years in between albums.
Yeah.
And it was where did Britney go? She was on a roll, on a roll, on a roll. And then her balsamic moon, her dark moon started.
In
and
Capricorn?
She was like, no, the balsamic moon was in Sagittarius.
Okay.
So she just went totally inward. She went on her own journey. It was about letting go and releasing of anything that didn't serve you. Then when the new moon phase starts, she has her kids, and the new moon phase is in her 4th house. That's insane.
So her kid is 14.
Yes. And her kids are part of a very powerful karmic cycle because this is with her South Node in Capricorn.
Absolutely. And it also talks to the left angle incarnation where all of these relationships are here to teach her about her mission, which is wild that they're all happening in the Capricorn area.
Isn't it crazy? So then we move forward let's move years up. Okay, so 2006, then she has, then the moon is waxing, crescent, and goes through all of these signs. We get to let's go to 2020. Let's go to, this is January of 2020. I want to go to the actual exact day of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which is around the 12th. And what I'm going to do is add one more chart. Hopefully you guys can see it. But we are going to go.
Yes, I think you can see it. Yeah.
Okay. The outer wheel is May 3rd. May 4th. Okay, so we're going to go back until January of 2020 because I want to show you guys what was going on in her chart on the day of the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction and how intense this is. So it happened at 22 degrees of Capricorn, which means even though it looks like Pluto is in her fifth house, it's not, because at the cusp of her fifth house is 4 degrees of Aquarius. So Pluto is actually in her fourth house, but visually it looks like it's in the fifth. But basically it was on the 12th, I believe. 10th, January 10th was the eclipse. There was an eclipse, and it was a full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer. There was a full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer with her north node, and then the sun was with the south node. Saturn and Pluto were exactly conjunct her progressed south node.
Wow.
Look at that. 22, 22, 22.
Wow.
And her natal north node is 23 degrees. So it's basically conjunct. It's like the shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
In January of 2020 for her at home with relationships to
and
home,
the father,
family,
because
the father,
Saturn.
because it's Saturn on her freaking south node,
and
is
her Mars,
the father on her south node,
her Mars.
No,
her
Venus,
her Venus.
So yeah, with her relationships, like all of these things just like blew up for her. It like just became this intense thing. While her progressed moon is also in Cancer. So she's feeling the pull. There's a pull here, there's a pull there. There's a pull this way, there's a pull that way. Like, what is going on? Saturn and Pluto conjunction is about her whole structure of life and career just dismantled. That's literally what that means for her.
Imploding completely.
Just dismantled completely. But it was because 14 years before, that was the beginning of the journey, and now it's coming to
her family.
It's coming to full fruition, and it did come to full fruition because if we move forward into when her progressed moon reaches 19 degrees of Cancer, and I'm sorry, it's kind of so small for you guys, and maybe I can do this just real quick so I can show you a little bit more clearly because I kind of feel bad they can't see it. So we're looking at June 10th
of 2020.
So last summer, she reached her full moon phase. Progressed moon at 19, progressed sun at 19.
Wow.
Moon with the north node.
Bam.
Sun
with the south node. And
Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto were still there. Like, they were still hanging out. I mean, this is like 2020. Obviously 2020 was like a theme for everybody.
All of us.
But that's basically what you see in her chart. On last June, she had the full moon phase. Now, since then, what's been happening is her moon passed over the sun, and it conjunct the north node that same summer, August of 2020, and then it kept going. So now her moon is officially waning gibbous in her life, and if we go all the way to where we're at, March, April, May, just this March, her moon moved in to Leo. So that's a big deal, because with the moon in Leo, the cool thing about this, I know this is like crazy maneuvering over here. With the moon in Leo, first of all, her moon is waning, which means this is the phase of her life where she has to now relax, because the culmination of whatever started 14 years ago has now reached its full cycle. Wow. This is the completion.
It reached the zenith. It reached the top of the mountain.
Yes, and from here on out, it's like you get to reap the rewards of what you sowed 14 years ago.
So she gets to have a family.
Yeah, and you get and everything starts to relax.
Yeah.
And she can let go and she can just like live. And how cool is it
Wow.
that with her moon in Leo, it's like she gets to have fun. Because moon in Leo is about having fun. Moon in Leo is about children, the fifth house of children.
It's on the opposite of her moon.
That's true as well. She does have her natal moon in Aquarius. So it is opposing. So it's going to feel funky, but it is about she gets to relax and have fun and shine bright and just like live life and be a kid again, like, you know, because I'm sure she lost a lot of her childhood too.
Oh God, yeah.
She didn't have one, you know. Yeah, freedom. Yeah, that's another theme right there as well. So we may start to see some good things come out.
Yeah.
The cycle doesn't complete until the next
14 years.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's waning, and then she starts over again, and it's going to be hopefully not in Capricorn again. Hopefully the next time will be in Aquarius in 14 years. So she has a whole, so this is incredible to me that like we can see this much, you know, detail by looking at her progressed chart and her progressed energies and what was going on and when it started and why and what house is affecting all of that. This is why I love astrology. You can like geek out, epically geek out on all of this stuff. So yeah, is there anything else that jumps out at you? I feel like we kind of talked about everything we wanted to talk about.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, I think when I look at her human design and when I look at her astrological chart, I see such an explanation of what we have seen from her in the media, in you know, in public, because she is observed. So she is a person that we will see and continue to see what's going on in her life in the public eye. And it's really interesting how it really does align with everything that we see in the astrology. It's really beautiful. I feel like, you know, with the left angle incarnation, it is an interesting incarnation because all of the people coming into her life, in and out, all of them, not just the big ones like her dad and her children, but the random person she met at the coffee shop, all of them are giving her information in order to reach her potential, her highest expression of who she is. And it's really quite beautiful to see. I'm also really happy to see that the moon is going away from the full moon phase and now more into the, okay, let's coast a little bit for a little while.
And it's also really beautiful that even though the cycle started with Capricorn, the new moon, a new progressed moon in Capricorn, it culminated with her North Node in Cancer, which is all about children, being a mother, nurturing herself and others, which is what she's here really to do.
Exactly.
Tap into her heart space, find out how she feels. Yeah. And I think I think the wheels are gonna change. I think the wheels are turning. It's just gonna take a minute for it all to kind of unfold.
I think the thing that happens with all these undefined centers that she has, it takes a while to figure it out, because these particular centers, like the undefined solar plexus and the undefined root, are really challenging to have, because society teaches us the exact opposite of what she's here to do, what people with these centers undefined are actually here to do. So it takes a really long while to figure it out. And it feels like that's what's been going on. She's been figuring it out. She's been trying on all of these different identities. She's always known that she wanted to be a mother. So she did it, like, in some way, and she did it her way, which is totally Sagittarius.
Right.
Like, she did it her way and no one else. It's like Uranus and Neptune in Sagittarius. Like, no one else, Uranus, is going to tell her what the hell she's going to do.
And she's
right?
supposed to expand and continue to expanding and learn and become more and more enlightened as she has all of these experiences. That's what Sagittarius is all about. It's about like awakening yourself. Now, it's interesting too, because she's also if we look at this, she is also going through another transit that's a little bit challenging. And if I just kind of go over here and then maybe switch over to this one, right now, when is this? This is for June 10th of 2020. This is March. Okay, so this is close enough. Just this last month, what you can see is like, so where is the current north node and the current south node affecting her right now? So the south node is the essence that says when the south node transits a house, it's going to empty the cup because you have to refill it. You have to find a new way of doing that thing. So the current south node is transiting her third house, and it's going over all of her Sagittarius stuff.
Yeah.
So she's learning how to remake herself, especially because the sun is there. She's learning how to remake herself. She's learning a whole new way of communicating. She has to learn a whole new way of communicating, a whole new way of speaking, a whole new way of speaking her truth. That's what the south node is currently doing right now for her. And then it's encouraging her to communicate or find her communication mode basically through the ninth house of spiritual integration, which is ruled by Sagittarius. Like, she's finding her truth, you guys.
Wow.
It's taking
Damn,
a minute.
that gave me chills.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's like, let go of the old, transmute. With her sun on Antares, the heart of the Scorpion, the constellation, the constellation of the Scorpio, which is Pluto, ruled by Pluto. It's the
transmutation.
She's going through a transmutation so that she can learn to redefine herself and speak her voice and speak her truth in a different way, so that it's more aligned with her mission, with her essence, with her inner, her true self, which is her true self is Sagittarius.
There you go.
Yeah. And with her, there's so much, you guys. There's so much. It's not over though. It's not over, because if this is March, so this is a couple of months ago, her sun is still, her progressed sun is about to conjunct her south node. So it's not over. It's definitely not over. So right now she has progressed sun in Capricorn, which means that she's trying to get the control back. She becomes Saturn.
Wow.
Right? Because her sun, the soul, she becomes Saturn, and she goes, "No, bitch." She goes, "It's Britney, bitch."
There you go.
Oh my God. But anyways, it's like, it's not over, but I think she's starting to realize, okay, is this how I take my power back? Is this how I do it? Okay, maybe I need to become it. To fully understand it within myself. I need to fully become it and get in there and face it. And I think that is what is going on right now. Her soul is fully facing her karma.
I agree. And I think what's happening is she's finally coming to learn how to act out of her actual self-theme in the undefined solar plexus, which is to stand up for herself. Like, from a grounded place. From a place where people will actually hear what she has to say. And this sun in Capricorn, progressed sun in Capricorn, is giving her that power taking her power back.
Yes. Yes. I want to see where we're at actually today. I want to see where her sun is today. Okay, so it's still at 20 degrees.
It's really close.
Yeah. It's going to take a minute. It's
getting
not
closer.
over. It's not over, but I think she's legit. She's going into the underworld. She's facing
Legit.
her soul, her light, her inner light is facing her past. She's facing it head on right now, you guys.
Yeah.
She's like
With
churning
eyes
it.
wide open.
She's churning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take a minute. But this is a lot for one person to deal with. Can you
dude.
imagine? Can you imagine for a regular person to deal with that? But then for someone who, like, on top of that has all these layers and layers and layers and layers of fame and all this crazy experiences that she's had. She's literally revolutionized the industry.
Yeah.
In
all the ways.
Everyone in the documentary, they were like, no one could match her, and everyone, all of the producers were like, okay, you have to do the schoolgirl thing now. Like, you have to go through the phases that Britney went through because that's the only thing that's making money right now. No one could match. Then they all tried to make them live up to her, but they couldn't. Like, not Jessica Simpson, not even Christina Aguilera.
She has,
one
we
had
didn't
the
talk
kind-
about this.
Yeah.
She has Jupiter in Scorpio. So where she expands is with other people's resources and her self-worth. And this is interesting because her Chiron in Taurus is on the other side. I have the same placement. And that's why for her, it's not about her making her own money. It's more about standing in her true worth, and people and the resources will come to her. There's a learning about that as well in this life. There's definitely a learning about that as well. That's why this career actually bloomed, because when you're in that kind of industry, it's really everyone else that's trying to make money off of you. That's why it worked, because it's Jupiter expanding other people's resources. Other people invested in her, and that's how she made so much money. And it's in her
second house.
Because she was the one that was making them way more money than whatever she made was only a little piece of what the people who invested in her actually made. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
And it makes sense why there's this conservatorship, because all of that money, it has to be, for it to work for her and to keep expanding with Jupiter and Scorpio, it has to be in someone else's control. If it's in her control, it just falls apart.
Wow.
Because Chiron's in Taurus. It's the wound. So if it's in her control, it gets pulled out from under her.
You know what's so funny
time.
is that I was reading an article, and she has officially requested to a judge that, I don't know the name of the person, it's not her father, that a certain specific person be made the sole controller of the conservative. Like, she's cool with it, but she just does not want it to be her dad.
No, and I think for people with Chiron and Taurus and Jupiter and Scorpio, there's a knowing about the fact that they should not be in control of their own money. There's a knowing, please somebody else manage it for me, because every time I do it, it just gets failed.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, this is really interesting too. That she was also born with Saturn and Pluto conjunct. So she has a lot of authority. In her first house of self-identity, Saturn in the first house means, first of all, she's really mature. She was a really mature child. And
super independent.
With
all that Sag and Moon in Aquarius.
And super, like, she has a lot of power. She yields power. She's like a magnet. Wherever Pluto is like how you attract others to you. So people are literally attracted to her body. Like, her physique,
extremely
her look,
seductive, especially in Libra.
Yes.
That's why she's so, I said this today, that's why she's so attractive. because it's Libra rising.
Yeah.
And so she carries herself that way.
And she's, that means
and
that
she has Pluto there.
she's also ruled by Venus. The rising sign tells you what rules you. And that's Venus conjunct her south node. So what rules her is her freaking karmic relationships.
Bam.
Dude.
There you go. She's here to work them out. She has too many things in the relationship houses. Libra, Venus, South Node in Capricorn in the 4th house. Like, it's all about the relationships, the family, the way she carries herself, the way she communicates, the way she does anything is all having to do with people being in and out of her life to really guide her to the point where she's always going.
Yeah. Wow. That's just wild. That's
amazing. That's really, that is beautiful. That is so
I never
much
thought in my
deeper.
wildest dreams that I would ever one day be sitting here looking at Britney Spears' astrology and her human design and like understanding her on a way deeper level, even though I've never met her.
But this is beautiful because exactly that, it brings this beautiful depth to who she is, to what her struggles have been, to what she may have felt like going through these things. I can guarantee you with a moon in Aquarius, because I have the same and it's almost at the same degree, it is freaking gnarly because we feel the things that every single other person feels on top of our own feelings. And that is intense because it's also a very giving sign. It's a very like concerned about other people. And to top it off, she's a Libra rising. So she's always worried about other people. And her North Node is in Cancer. Like all of it speaks that she is this beautiful, loving, giving, nurturing, amazing woman. And the world has literally not really known any of that. Not in the media anyway. Not in the way that we saw. Yeah.
Right.
We haven't seen, because we don't get to see her in the personal life for real, right? Like the paparazzi isn't even that, because the paparazzi wanted to look at her for her career. And that isn't who she is. It's not even, it's not who she's supposed to be. I mean, it's in her 4th house, so it's an interesting sort of resonance there. But it's just South Node in Capricorn. The outward success is not her true north. Dude. Yeah.
Well, there you go. No, that was a reading. No, that was a reading.
Well, you got all this epicness, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
No, I freaking love it. Thank you guys all so much for joining us tonight. We are going to do this again with a different person.
Yes.
If you guys have suggestions, I just thought about this, feel free to put them in the comments of this video. Just comment on the suggestion of who you would like us to do a reading for, and we'll do exactly what we did. We'll look at their astrology and their human design and their progressed charts, and like, let's get all the juicy details without even having to even know them. But it's so cool with celebrities and people that are famous, because you know their lives and you have something to compare it to. You're right. It's like doing readings for your friends, right? That's why it's so cool to like read your friends' astrology, because you know their lives, you know their situations. Goya says that was awesome. Yay! I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it.
Yay!
Yes. We'd love for you guys to join us for all the amazing things that are coming up, especially the celebration of Motherhood Circle starting on May 11th. Chandra has extended the Prince. That's another good one.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Nice.
But put it in the comments, because I'll forget. But basically, when the video is over, join us on May 11th. We're going to work together to create this beautiful group, sisterhood, support for each other during these really crazy and wild times, and we'll teach you how to make potions and work with oils and connect with your, the divine feminine within you, and have just that support that we really need right now for each other. So I do want to thank you guys so much. Make sure to check out all the links in the description of the video. Chandra Sangat just posted the link to that course that's coming up. We'd love to see you there. And if you're interested in astrology readings, you can go to my website or check out any of the links in the description. If you're interested in human design readings, you can find out from Chandra Sangat, and make sure to follow her channel as well. She also does awesome live videos and mini readings of human design as well. So there's a lot going on, and we're so excited to keep bringing you guys some amazing and awesome content. So thank you guys all so much for being here. Thank you, Kim and Nelvin and Anna and Goya and Vera. Lisa, yes, thank you all so much. Traylene, Gerline, Belinda, we really appreciate all of your support. Valerie, Deb, Taria, thank you so much. Jennifer, for being here, and we hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. And we're gonna end this one by saying hashtag Free Britney.
Wait, which one are you going with right now?
Hashtag
Free Britney.
All right, we'll see you guys on Wednesday for the magic of Venus. Don't miss out. Make sure to subscribe. Satnam, you guys.